Previously at the Bluestone Villa. The last time our house is going to look like this. I'm going to take you back in time to Thursday the 11th of March now, which was the day that we had the scaffolding put up. As you'll be able to see, the render out the front here is really tatty, and there are also a number of cracks. That means the render has blown from the wall and is allowing rainwater to get underneath the render, hence the work we're undertaking. The job has begun. Well, 140-year-old render is currently coming off of the front of our house. I didn't actually know this about these types of Victorian houses, but I think most, if not all of them, would have originally have had this kind of, we called them Victorian pencil line. We've had a bit of a catastrophe with the paint colour, shock horror, so we've had to stop play on the painting front. Good afternoon. Welcome back to the Bluestone Villa. It is Saturday, I think it's the 12th of June. I'm not gonna lie, I've got several videos on the go right now. So I'm not really too sure where I've got up to, what you know, what you don't know by the time this video gets pushed live. So forgive me now if there is an element of repetitiveness in terms of anything I might share with you. I'm pretty sure that will be relatively minimal, but just a caveat in advance. We are at the end of, I think it's week 3 of the external painting of our house. It should have been done by now. It's not for a couple of reasons. We're thinking it's probably gonna finish up, I think, this week. Basically, what you should know, and I should have shared, is obviously we had an issue with the colour match of the Faro and Ball paint, and we ended up actually buying just the Faro and Ball paint in the end, which was totally the right decision. We couldn't be happier with it, but that set us back on the painting front by about a week. Tony, who is doing the work, still did work here because there was loads of prep to do, and that's kind of another reason why we're slightly delayed. There's just a lot more prep than he had anticipated. He actually came to look at the house a year ago, so a really long time ago, and until you start working on it, you don't really realise some of the issues. So some of the issues that we've had is that the render that is untouched, so we haven't skimmed any of like the side or the back render, because that's possibly something we might do when we do other building work, and also actually it isn't that bad. It's not perfect, but in comparison to the front, it really wasn't an issue. However, where it is really old, it's quite crumbly, and a lot of the paint that was on there is like flaking off. So in order for it to not be patchy, and for us to ensure that our paint sticks to it properly, he's had to strip quite a lot of the paint off in places, and he's had to put stabilizer on those sides, which is not something you would typically do. I think usually you only put stabilizer on, I think, when it's like new render, but yeah, it's just to give that kind of foolproof painting scenario for us, so that we don't come back to him in a year's time complaining that half our paint's flaking off. So yeah, so that's why it's been a bit delayed. I'm going to take you outside and show you the paint so far. We've painted about half of the house so far. As I said, I think we're going to probably finish up this week, which is really exciting. And yeah, we have also now picked a front door colour, which has been a bit of a bugbear and something that we have really struggled to pick. I'm indecisive as it is, and yeah, this was a struggle, but I think we've picked it, so I'll take you out and show you what we've chosen with that as well. So these are our latest 2 colours that we've swatched. So Lake Red, which is my choice, and that's Faro and Ball colour. It's, yeah, called red, but it's actually much more of a pink, as you'll be able to see there. And then this was James's selection, which is also Faro and Ball. It's called Arsenic. It's like quite a luminous-y kind of green. She actually showed us this next to Dick's Blue in the shop, and it did look quite cool. However, now that we've got it painted and we've been able to see it out front, we just don't think it's right. It doesn't look quite the same as it did in the shop with Dick's Blue. It's probably not picking it up on camera too much, but we've done the whole of the top half here, I think in both coats. And then same goes for the top half of the back as well. It's looking a bit green, I think, on the camera, but it does look more blue in real life. And then I'll take you out front, because out front is like fully done, which is very, very exciting. So yeah, this is fully done. In terms of what we've done slightly differently is we've actually painted the reveals in the white rather than the blue. We saw this over on Princes Street in Tunbridge Wells and it looked amazing on all the houses, and it really makes the windows pop. And then look how smart they look. And then these up here we actually stripped, because a lot of that detailing on the inside there you couldn't really see. It was just so covered in paint, so we stripped those off, and then they've been repainted as well. So yeah, so we've basically got the whole bottom half of the side and the back to do still. So that's what will be done this week. In terms of doors, I may have already said this, but both our outhouse door and our back door are going to be painted in Dick's Blue as well. But again, we're going to have, move that chair out of the way, we're going to have the reveals in the door painted white, so there'll be a lot more white around there than there currently is. So again, it should really pop and look really smart. We just felt like having a different colour on all the doors would just be too much. And we want these ones to blend in a little bit more. And then obviously the front door, as I said, will have lake red on it, which we've just ordered, so it should hopefully arrive at some point next week, and it'll be like the last thing that Tony does. So yeah, that's the vibe. James over there just relaxing. He's been out mowing the lawn and doing some other bits and bobs to help Tony out on the outside of the house. We're off to the garden centre soon. I'm going to try and get some climbing roses for our thing here. I want to get some other flowers that I've planted up and realise they won't grow until next year, and also need some sweet peas because
they are nice.
they're gorgeous. We're looking at these as possible granite sets to go around our drive when we have the resin done, which will be a next year job because it is about as expensive as having the front of our house done. I love this part. This is where we got all of our paving slabs for the patio last year. We've got this one here, which is... Did we get this one, the Flora Blue?
No.
No, we didn't, did we?
I worry that one we got in there.
Oh no. Oh, it must be relatively easy. No, isn't it that, dude? That's grey sandstone over there as well.
That's what we got.
So I think that is what we've got.
Yeah, it is that.
It is that. I think I liked that one, but there was a reason why we didn't get it. I think the cost might have been a reason. Is this the kind of aggregate stuff, dude, that we're looking at? We're looking for aggregate stuff to go around our patio, because we just want to finish it off in terms of like make it look really super smart. Like it looks a great patio, but it just needs some finishing touches, which I've bought a number of those recently, and I'm going to do a bit of a patio glow up. These are all amazing though. They've got all these different like garden setups. Yes, sorry, I was going to say to you, well, I don't like that colour, I feel like that's quite dark. I was going to say to you that actually I wondered whether when we do our extension and we have a patio off the extension, whether we should have a nice herringbone patio that's like a grey. It's beautiful with the floating stuff. We don't have anywhere to put anything like that. I'm just saying I think it's pretty. This renovation diary has shifted focus pretty quickly because we managed to pick up our aggregate, so I think we're gonna put that down. So the patio glow up starts here and now. So I'll just take you over and show you what it looks like at the moment. These are Cotswold chips that we picked up from Corkers, and then I think we paid about £36 for 150 kilograms. We need a bit more, but we're just a bit conscious of weight on our in our car. This is the patio as it stands. So James built this last year. We've got some surplus plants on here that need to be planted elsewhere. So slightly too many plants at the moment. It needs a good old sweep up. I need to take these blooming stupid stickers off around the bottoms that James never took off when he bought this patio set ages ago. And all these cushions could do with a good hoover and a good clean actually as well. But around here was just dirt last year, and we've actually put in lots of these Hebes, if you can see, amongst my shadow. And lavender. We've got a clematis here, and then I've got a grapevine from my granddad's garden. It's going to go here, and we're going to grow that up against that fence there. And then this was James's birthday present from me, which we finally got. It is a fire pit, but it looks like a logboard burner, so it's quite cool. Quite liked that. We had a trial of that last night, which was great. Kept us very warm out here. So yeah, the plan is to put all of these Cotswold chips around here just to tidy all of this up. And then I also have some solar lights that I've picked up that were a bit of a craze on Instagram recently. A London account shared them, and then I think Lydia Millen also bought them. So just they've been sold out, I think, but I managed to snag some before that happened. So I bought these off of Amazon. I will link these below if they are still in stock. It shows like bright white on the box, but actually these are warm white, or they should at least be warm white, because that is what I ordered. They're really reasonable. I've got a feeling I paid about £25 for the 8-pack, but I'll link them below nonetheless. They are solar powered, just because we haven't got any kind of electric out there. That might be something that we do one day maybe, but right now not a thing. And they look amazing. I've seen other people use them, and they just, yeah, they look incredible. So I'll actually really open these up properly, but they've got these to like stick in the ground. I guess they maybe slot in together. Excuse me, like that, they slot in together. Do you see? And then these are what they look like, and yeah, they just look amazing. And I think if I'm as happy with them as I think I'm going to be, we'll probably get some more to go out in other places. Yeah, we'll probably get some more to go out by where our garden wall is, and we've got the sleepers. I'm thinking maybe in there as well, maybe in a few other places. But yeah, as a priority, these are going around the patio. So I think James is just de-weeding that area, so we're going to put these in, and then we'll lay the aggregate out. So yeah, this wasn't really where I intended for this video to go, but I was going to do this as like a separate glow up, but we're just glowing it up today. Well, maybe not all of it. I should also show you, I was going to do a proper share of everything that I bought for out on the patio, but needs must. The other thing I've got is this side table, because the chairs on one side basically is a real struggle to put your drink down on the table. So I've wanted something like this since last year, and this was just £30 from Garden Trading, which I thought was really, really reasonable. It's in the colour clay, and yeah, I love it. So we can put that out today probably as well. And they're in. Hopefully they look relatively straight. James is just putting the Cotswold chips down and they look fantastic already. And then this is an order that I have been very excited about. I saw Sewn by Bee on Lydia Millen last year and I really wanted to buy some of these cushions, but she just sold out like so quickly every time. She has, I think, much better stock quantities now where she's grown. Where she's been able to grow the business essentially, I think. So I think these are still made to order, but look, these are technically not outdoor cushions that are waterproof. So these will need to be put away. I'm thinking of clearing out my wood basket and actually having this as my cushion basket during the summer months. So that we can bring them in of an evening and also get quite easy access to them and it's not too unattractive the way they're stored. The order smells amazing and I got a couple of these small ones for our armchairs outside and then the 2 big ones for our sofa, and then I got this one here that's like a slightly longer version of this size. In a slightly different print to also go on the armchair in the middle. So I can't wait to try these out on there. I think they're gonna look fantastic. Excuse the immediate disaster zone outside the window. Oh dear. But yeah, this smells incredible. I'm like, it's packaged so prettily that I'm almost scared to like open it up. When you support a small business, you're supporting a dream. Thank you for supporting ours. Oh, and a handwritten note as well. I love stuff like that. Dear Louisa, thanks so much for your order. With love, Sewn by Bee. I did that thing where I felt a little bit sick after I ordered it because I think I paid about £183. It just felt like a lot of money. But then when you think I've got 6 cushions out of it, I feel like that's not expensive at all. So that's just, when you put like multiple things in your basket, you just don't always anticipate exactly how much it's going to add up to. And I think it was one of those moments and I was like, oh, should I have ordered those really? But I so should have done, and I'm so happy with them. Let's see if I can get one out without, oh my goodness, actually these, the big cushions are much bigger than I had anticipated. I'm going to put you down. Put you there. Excuse the mess of my dining room. You know the drill with Reno stuff. Oh wow, these are actually much bigger than I had anticipated. These are the size of them. Wowzers. Let's go and test out one of the baby ones and see what they look like. Let's take this out. It's just so, the aesthetics that she's got here is just stunning. Like, that's a small one to go on my little armchairs, which I just think is lovely. It's like a linen-y material, and I love the black stripe. I just feel like that's like a really modern touch to a kind of more, I guess, like rusticy material. I'm just gonna test one of my cushions. Let's look. This is the Cotswold stone. Ah, poke myself in the eye. That looks so much tidier, James. Mm-hmm. I need to give this patio a big old sweep, I think, after we've done all of this. That looks good.
A bit more to do.
Oh, I love it. Need to give this a proper rearrange and tidy up, but that's the vibe. So, I bought these from Country Abodes. Just turn this on. Yeah, I bought these from Country Abodes. They're two slightly different style lanterns. You can hang them off of trees and what have you, but I'm thinking of having them one on a little patio table on our patio off of our kitchen, and then one on one of the tables over on our main patio. So I think these are all made to order as well. They say fragile, so hopefully they're not broken, because I've had them for a few days without opening them. Oh no, it is broken. It's shattered. Please let this one be okay. And this is my other one. But yeah, I'm gonna have to contact them about this one. So I'm a bit annoyed at myself that I haven't opened it sooner. It's broken there as well, but I don't know if I care so much about that. That's not really a massive deal. At getting all of the blue stickers off, so we're just going to ignore those. I've not got my cushions out because these are still wet. We are almost there on the outside of the house, not quite there. It may even finish in this video. I don't know, maybe, maybe not. Stay tuned on that front. I'm coming to you today with, quite a big update because the scaffolding has come down. We haven't finished the outside of the house, but we don't have any scaffolding anymore. Essentially, we booked the scaffolding first of all for about 8 weeks. If you're new here, I'll just explain quickly. We are having the outside of our house, the front of it, the render taken off and put back on, and reinstating some of the Victorian features out front there, and we're having the whole house repainted. So it's been a really, really big job that we actually started back in March, and it is now June 22nd. So we booked the scaffolding initially for 8 weeks, and I think we paid about £1,800 for that. And then for every week that we would keep that up after the 8 weeks, we would pay £60. And obviously, ideally, we were hoping that that would only be a couple of weeks. But if you have been around here for a while, you will know that our painter was delayed by about a month. And then on top of that, obviously, weather does get in the way. We have been blessed with some gorgeous weather over the last few weeks, but nonetheless, it hasn't been all plain sailing. Essentially, we had some nice-ish weather, and then as soon as Tony began working, it was not great again. And then it got really, really good again. And then, as you might know, last week, towards the end of last week, which was like around like in the teens of June, it started to go down south, and it's been that way since. So Tony didn't actually come on Friday, and then yesterday and today and tomorrow, I believe he's actually starting another job because he is almost done with us, but just not quite. So whilst the weather was looking at its worst, he has gone somewhere else. However, James got a call from the scaffolders a couple of weeks ago, basically just asking us, you know, how's it going? Do we think that we're going to be needing to get it taken down soon? And essentially, they are so busy they have run out of scaffold. So they are wanting to know basically if they can have their scaffold back. And because James went to school with the guy that owns it, they're not like friends that like meet up or anything, but I guess because he knows him, he just felt really guilty because we have had the scaffolding for such a long time now. So basically we got Tony to get it to a certain place, essentially only this bottom half to do, and then James called scaffolders last week to say that they could come and collect it. Now initially they told me they were coming to collect it tomorrow, and I've been up the scaffolding once. I was brave enough eventually to go up there, but I didn't take my phone or my camera, and I really wanted to take some footage and some pictures of some of the really cool like details up front right at the very top to share with you. And ever since I've known that we're going to have the scaffolding taken down, like the weather's been awful, and I have actually been super busy with a major project for my work, and you know, Father's Day and all sorts at the weekend, and basically I was like, well, I have to go up today. And then they turned up this morning to collect it, so they've come a day early. So that's the end of that dream not happening. James had just texted me because he is out today for work, and he just texted me to say, could I go and check that everything is okay outside? So that's what I'm going to do. I think that's my biggest fear, because I know scaffolders will do this all the time, but I guess just like there's a nervousness around, have they scuffed something? Yeah, that makes me nervous, because they did have a bit of an accident with one of our pots out front, which, to be honest, like when they came to put it up, but I mean, to be honest, it was our fault because we left it in, we thought we were moving out of the way, but we still left it in a stupid place, so it's not their fault. But yeah, I guess I am a bit nervous, so let's go outside and see what it looks like. Not sure whether you will have seen this before, but this is our door, our front door. It's our old front door. It's just been primed at the moment, so it's like a reddish primer, because we've got like quite a bright pink going on it. It's actually called Lake Red by Farrow & Ball, but it looks like quite a bright pink. So as you can see here, this is still the old house colour, and then we move up and that's where the new house colour is. This side hasn't been well, it's been patched where there are some issues, but mostly this has been left as it was, so we've not re-rendered here or anything like that, so that's why it looks the way it does. My painting is still here. The remnants from where the jasmine used to be is still there. I think it all looks okay, guys, don't you think? Don't think there's any damage. It looks so weird to see like half the house done and half of it not. We've had both these doors primed as well. This one in particular looks amazing. I will try and insert some footage of what it looked like before, but it looked awful, so just so terrible. So this is our outhouse door. I think that looks awesome, and both of these are going Dix Blue. So yeah, so this is what it is looking like. So you can see up there. Feels a bit weird to have the scaffolding down and for it to be incomplete. It kind of feels like a half-done job. I really seriously hope we have not missed anything, because that would not be ideal in this current situation. So yeah, you'll get a bit of an idea of what it's going to look like at the end. So we've got to have all of this painted, obviously. Now the back of this and the back of that have not been painted previously, and we're not going to have it painted right now because we still need to get rid of this ivy, and we have to get rid of this roof, which is like one of those really old roofs that's like part asbestos. So that's actually a task for James this summer, to put a new roof on this. So we think we might paint that Dix Blue and also this Dix Blue, possibly. Once we've done that. I love this old wall here, so I would never paint this, but this doesn't obviously look as smart and nice, so yeah, TBC, but probably definitely that one, because once we take the ivy off, you can actually see that there was a window originally. In the outhouse you can actually see where the original back door was as well. And then this is new. We had this put in this week. So these sleepers were from our driveway. We saved these when we moved in and put them here to create this border. And then we have bought an old railway sleeper from Gaza Timber, who I've mentioned before on here. They're friends of ours, to just create a bed here. I would actually like one day maybe like to pave a bit of this area and have a bench here. but it's just not something on the cards right now. Plus I love this bush once it blooms. But let's go out front and see what it looks like out there. Look at all these remnants. I'm absolutely screwed if this front door blows shut because James is out. Oh god, and I've got no let's put the hoover there and hope for the best, eh? The grass is wrecked over here. We're also talking about, side note, possibly paving this area here because we have our newly built log store which James built, and then we've got these bins here. But basically it's so muddy and horrible here, like even in summer a little bit, and so when we're coming out to get logs or take stuff out to the bin, which we've only got a small bin so that's quite frequent, it's just not very nice because you've got to come on this. So I'm actually thinking that maybe we should pave this area, so when we do this walkway here, maybe pave all of this over here so that actually you've got like a nice little courtyard bit where you can have a proper nice kind of bin house we want there. Obviously get rid of this piece of brickwork and stuff and make it a lot tidier. But yeah, that's my thought. I don't know if anybody else has done something like that. On one hand I feel like it will, you know, is it a bit odd because obviously it technically is our back garden, but then on the other hand it's a piece of space we're never going to use other than for these practical items, and one day hopefully when we do our extension it will be just kind of our entranceway anyway, so it will be paved anyway. Feels kind of weird to see it without the stuff, like it almost feels naked without the scaffold. This is an absolute wreck down here, so we put these stones down here temporarily anyway because this was all bedding that we took out, but it's an absolute wreck now with like dust and stuff which is then splashing up on the house, so we need to clear all this out once, well, maybe now really. I guess the front is kind of finished. The only thing we don't have is our house number, which I wanted to get painted on here, but I can't find the right stencil. Some of the houses around here have got lovely like stenciled numbers, but I just can't find the right ones. They're all too thick. So that's where we're at, really. I honestly can't believe it. It feels totally bizarre, like because it's not finished, and obviously that's not really how I guess we thought we would be seeing the outside of our house without the scaffold for the first time. I guess when we did this we just assumed it would like be done, and it's not, so just a bit odd to see it in that way. But I mean what is done looks good. I hope you'll agree. But yeah, just bizarre. I am disappointed obviously that I wasn't able to get that picture that I wanted, but I have to say it's classic me because I think things like, oh, I'll do that tomorrow all the time, especially with filming and taking pictures for Instagram and stuff. I'm like, I do really enjoy it obviously, otherwise I wouldn't do it, but on the same level, like I sometimes think, oh, I won't do it right now, it's not quite the perfect weather, or I'm not wearing the right thing to be climbing scaffolding and stuff like that, and really I should learn just to do things in the moment, because then situations like this arise, and yeah, never mind, it's what it is. It's a Tuesday, so I'm actually working. It's quite a busy work week for me. I've got an event that I need to sign into shortly on Zoom, so I'm going to make myself a nice cup of tea and get on with that. But yeah, that's where we are at with the house so far. Tony's coming back Thursday and Friday. I don't know whether the anticipation is that he'll be done by then, but I can't see that being the case. He spent most of Thursday just priming that front door of ours. Sorry, I just smashed the camera on the window. Apologies. Welcome to the pink door stone villa. It's done. We've got the hardware back on this door. We were going to buy brand new hardware, but the letterbox I have been lusting after since we first bought this house just would have been too big for this door, so we're going to save that for door 2.0 when we hopefully do our extension out here. So we just actually, well, I say we, royal we, James, polished up all of this brass hardware, so it looked really, really scummy before, and now it just looks beautiful and shiny. So I'm very chuffed. The white reveals have been done, but the house is still half painted. Bay tree all wrapped up, ready for painting, because now the Dix blue is going to go on here. We've got the Dix blue on the 2 doors, which looks amazing. We really love that you can kind of see the grain of the oak through this. It's beautiful. And we do have all new hardware for these ones, because obviously this is a brand new door. We've got the reveals for this painted white as well, and then we've also painted, these were painted in the same colour as the house before, but we have decided to go with them for white just to make them stand out a bit more, basically. And yeah, this is what it looks like before we start painting the last half. James and I are just in the garden today doing bits and pieces. Oh look, all our guttering has come off as well. We're just planting up, and we found a frog. Oh, I don't know where Mr. Froggy's gone.
Yeah.
He was there a minute ago, and now he's gone. Mr. Froggy! He's gonna jump out at me or something, isn't he? He's not gone in there, has he? No. Hello? Oh, there he is! That's so funny. That scared me. Yeah, it's just round there. It's just on the side there next to the watering can. I was about to plant these up because I got these on plant swap last weekend, but I was waiting for Mr. Froggy to move before I do that. 2 of these grapevines from my granddad's garden, and we think they came from the Bollinger house originally as part of his retirement present, because he used to work for Bollinger Champagne. So my dad has propagated this from his garden, because even though he's gone, we still own his house at the moment. And we're going to put one over here because it gets very sunny, so it will like that. And then we're going to put one actually out front to grow up against our fence, because I think that'll be beautiful, like very green. And also it's south facing, so just a huge amount of sun. Oh yeah, I think that's going to be a good place for it. So then we'll grow it all the way up here. This is so messy. I can't believe I cleaned all of this and it's just completely trashed again. Oh, yay. That's good. I'm going to go and see where I might want to put the other one out front.
Oh, I could shuffle this down and stick it in the middle.
Yee. Oh, there's already a little hole for it. So you're just painting over the stuff you've...
Yeah, the filler.
Yeah. Looks like you're drawing a plant on the wall, Tony. I feel like my house looks like a Tiffany box.